Get out of the house.
You got to get out of the house.
Getting out of the house.
Get out of the house.
Get out of the house.
Well, we've all been in your shoes. That's why we started this organization, and we felt that we understood the emotional impact of unemployment. It's a major life change, just like anything, like it is as significant as if you had a death in your family or you moved and knew no one in your new area. It's a major loss, and so it's not easy to go through that alone, and it's not always the best thing to put all your needs on your family. So we try to encourage people to come and be with others who are in the same situation, who've navigated the waters, who knows, we all know there's an end point, and so to help you get through it, you know, we offer those kinds of resources, emotional, personal coaching and contacts, and then once you have a vision of where you're going, it's easier to stop being hung up in that area of, oh, poor me, and I'm angry, and you know, I don't deserve this, and maybe and probably you don't, but this is a reality, and it's a chapter in your life. It's not the end of your life, and we want you to know that you know, you can get through this with friends.
If I were to send a message to job seekers, whether you find yourself unemployed by your own volition or whether it was something that was forced upon you, the thing you have to remember is that finding your next career opportunity or job is a job. So the message I would leave for job seekers is to treat it like a job. It's an 8 to 5 job. Secondly, the thing that's going to help you the most is to keep your attitude in check. It's very easy to fall into the pit of self-pity. Why me? It's not your fault. The fact of the matter is, in many situations, it was a business decision that you had no control over. So, secondly, keep your attitude in check. Thirdly, continue to learn. Come to various meetings like SJN and other organizations in the Valley who can give you the support. The best advice I could probably give on top of what I've already said is get out of the house. Don't sit there and wallow in self-pity. Make something happen for yourself.
First, when you're looking at the latest data that says that in the Valley we're at 10% unemployment, you really have to look at the opposite side. That means there's 90% of the Valley is working. Now, wouldn't it be neat if it was 90 plus one more person, you? That's true. But there's 90% of the Valley is working. There are places in this country that are much worse off. We could be in Detroit, where it's 15 to 20% unemployment. So right now in the Valley is a unique opportunity for you to remake yourself. You do not have to take the same job that you had. There's no one over your shoulder telling you how to do things. Right now those decisions are entirely up to you. Everyone's under pressure to make money because I've got mortgages, I've got bills, I've got kids, I've got doctors, etc. All that's true. But hope reigns eternal right now because there's just a chance for you to get the job that makes the difference for you. And I'm telling you, in the midst of this recession, in the midst of this jobless situation, people are landing every single week. How is that happening? They've made the transition. They've applied the principles, they're learning the process, they're executing on it, and they're getting the next job. When you apply this process, I'm going to guarantee you that it does work. Doesn't mean that it'll be the difference tomorrow or the next day or even next week. Stick with it. Stick with your elevator pitches, your marketing plans, making sure that you know who your targets are, identify them, and network, network, network. Be ready to interview, and then you're going to have an offer.
You know, if you're unemployed right now, instead of looking at this as a negative, you know, so many, you know, you think this is like life ending, but from this negative, you know, you have to just look past and just think and know that something great is going to come out of this. Really look deep within yourself and find out what it is that you want to do in this world and what is going to make you a happy person. Because ultimately, if you're not happy within your job, you're not going to be happy within your life. I think it's very important to get involved. Recently, I helped a homeless lady move out of a homeless shelter and into an apartment. And it was a really great experience for me. It put my life into perspective. I think that helping other people is a great way to help yourself feel better.
Get out of the house.
get away from the computer, and come to the meetings to find support so that they know that they're not alone. They're not in this by themselves. Don't think just because you've attended one meeting and are now on the Yahoo group that that's all that you need from SJN, because there is so much more for them to offer. I have found out about training that I can probably get through the Workforce Connection that I might not have pursued if not for SJN having a sponsor there to talk about helping us through the red tape to get the stimulus money.
I get it, it's tough. You know, the not having enough money to pay the bills and you have family that's counting on you. I get it, I totally get it. But we have been given an opportunity. We've been given an opportunity to redefine ourselves. And I know in my case, I don't think I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And while I didn't feel like it at the time, I do believe they did me a favor by giving me the opportunity to correct course and to figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing. And it's not just about landing the next position, but it's understanding that the average employee stays with this company only 3.5 years. So we're going to be looking for jobs again in the very near future, and we're going to have to look for jobs after that and the job after that. I'm not making a 20-year commitment. I'm making a 2 or 3 year commitment, and maybe I make another commitment to the same company after that. But if it doesn't work out, then I use the skills and the techniques that I've learned to find my next opportunity after that.
There's a variety of places that you can try it, get your face in front of people, and get more exposure. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. No one thing is going to work for every person. I went through some of the curriculums at Maricopa Workforce Connection. I also networked with the Manufacturing Networking Group. I also networked with St. Patrick's up in Scottsdale. I would suggest giving SJN a chance. It's one more function, one more thing that can help you with your tools as far as looking for a job, getting a job, keeping that job.
First is enjoy the ride. You know, you probably spent your entire life working between college and now. If you got some time off, enjoy it. I read books I had piled up and gathered dust. I went to baseball games. I started a book club. I did things that, you know, to sort of enrich my soul that I didn't have time for before. So enjoy the ride while you can. It's not going to last that long. Secondly is whatever anger you had at the present situation. I mean, it sucks that you're unemployed. It bites that your previous job couldn't possibly have kept you on, even though it was probably in desperate situations. But don't take that with you. It's a big bag with nothing good inside. So leave that at the door. It makes you easier to hire. And the last part really is be patient. You know, I interviewed 8 times before I landed the position. I mean, there was always a 90-day gap between the time that I, you know, sent in all the information, did some follow-up, and then finally would get an interview. And I don't know why it was that long, but it was.
Join SJN and participate and get on board with the curriculum and just learn it and follow what you learn there, because it really does work. Stay positive. You know, some people are carrying around some bitterness over just the current situation, how they may have left their job, just the difficulty in finding something new, the difficulty in dealing with the hiring process can be frustrating, but you need to kind of find a way to put that aside. Have some faith and know that, you know, there is an end point to this. There always is. You know, ultimately, you're going to find a job and hook up with SJN and just do the right things every day. Treat it like a job, your job search, and just do that day in, day out, and just know that ultimately it's going to work out, and it will.
I would say go to every meeting, participate, get involved, take to heart what's in the modules. They work, and I guarantee they work if you do what you're supposed to do. Follow the directions and be there at every meeting. Don't miss a trick.